Welcome back to another edition of Inside the Pride. I'm your host, Missy Kubik. With the rematch of last season's NEWMAC Championship game coming up this weekend, we decided to highlight the women's lacrosse program, which is off to another hot start in 2016. We sat down with head coach Kristen Mullady and sophomore Julia Bireley to talk about the weekend ahead.
I think we started off very successful this season. We're 5-2. We played two very good teams, Amherst and Stevenson. They were close games, especially with Stevenson, but it's important to have those games at the beginning of the season because we learn a lot from them. We grow a lot from them. We know what we need to work on in practice.
The season is off to a good start. Our first game against Stevenson, we went into double overtime, but that really made us better preparing for the games afterwards, and Amherst was a pretty good game. We played a solid game defensively, and that's only going to help us going into conference play. But overall, I'm happy with where we are right now, and I'm looking forward to the games to come.
Well, I think last year we definitely want to get back into it. After the loss from MIT, I think we're ready and we're all desiring a good NEWMAC season. We can't take one NEWMAC team lightly because we got to be top ranked in this team in the league and get off to a good start.
Preparing for the NEWMAC games, we look to bring some out-of-region games into our schedule, and we always hope that they're competitive games, which they have been. So those two games, particularly that were out of region, are only going to help us going into NEWMAC, and hopefully you get those wins out of it and you go to NCAAs.
It just takes hard work. You got to come to practice, be prepared. You learn from the older girls. I learned a lot from the seniors last year. Work ethic is so important, and it's not who's on the field, it's who's working hard and wants to stay on the field and come ready to play.
Yeah, it's hard to think that JB is a sophomore. As a freshman, she was a really strong defensive player for us, being our backer last year. We've changed up our defense, but she's clearly become a stronger leader on and off the field from her freshman to her sophomore years, and I'm looking up to her as a sophomore to really lead on the field, and she's doing a great job with that.
Well, I definitely came to Springfield College because I knew I could balance both sports and school, and I think I wanted to come here because Coach Mullady said school comes first and then lacrosse, and it's always been that way. So I think that balance and that understanding at the D3 level that you're doing school, you're doing sports. She understands that what comes first is school.
Well, every year you try to build a stronger culture, and I think clearly that we've built a strong culture within our program, and basically ask for the players to come to practice and come to games and work the hardest. We strive to get better every day, and we've been doing that so far. I mean, clearly you have your good days and your bad days, but we've had more good days, and that's what we strive to have out of our players, to come with a good positive attitude and try their hardest.
So I definitely walked into a very loving and energetic team. You learn to grow with the team, and you can learn to be yourself and fool around, and getting closer with your teammates off the field helps you get close to them on the field. So you gain better relationships if you're joking around or having conversations outside of lacrosse. Then you get more comfortable on the field, and you guys can communicate better on the field, and that leads to better play on the field.
It's definitely one of my goals every year to get us out of region, whether it's Florida or Puerto Rico or anywhere warm that we can just go away for a week and focus on lacrosse. And our school clearly supports that, our athletic program clearly supports that, and you don't see that at all institutions. So our players and coaching staff are really appreciative of that, and it clearly only gets us better. It's a week where we can go away, we can get some team bonding, we play some of the best teams in the country, and those teams will definitely get us better for conference play.
I think it's just a great environment. It's that small school feel that almost everyone's an athlete here, so everyone has the understanding that you got to balance both, and it's great to be a part of the team. I wanted to come to college having a group of girls that I could connect with, not just in school where I live, but on the teammate level, because that's where you make the best friends you usually have, is when you play a sport. So just connecting on that level is great to have at Springfield.
Make sure to come out and support Springfield College athletics this weekend, as men's volleyball, baseball, softball, and women's lacrosse all have home contests. As always, make sure to follow Springfield College Athletics on Twitter and Instagram for all the live updates. Thanks for watching. I'm Missy Kubik.